Now, 3 months ago, I made a video called Vertical Dramas Your Next Writing Gig. And while I stand by everything I said in that video, the great thing that is happening with vertical dramas right now is that they are evolving. So if you found writing the typical type of vertical something that you weren't comfortable with, if it just wasn't in your wheelhouse, I have great news for you. Issa Rae just released her show with Hooray Media called Screen Time. It is on TikTok and it is a masterclass in screenwriting, cinematography, pacing, and hooks. All important things in vertical dramas. But it is not your typical vertical drama, so much so that Issa does not even call it a vertical. She calls it a micro series, which is really important distinction to separate it from what is typically out there. Now, while I love Chinese verticals, I have even noticed that they too are evolving. This format is not new by any means. Quibi did it, but the Chinese perfected vertical dramas so much so that the West took notice and started making their own. Now, these are typically romance type stories. And while a lot of them can be cheesy and the story kind of follows the same format in especially the Chinese verticals, I, over the last month and a half, have seen the story start to change. While the theme is the same, the way they're telling the story is different. The way they're shooting the story is different. The pacing of the story is slower and it follows more of a traditional, longer format type of project. But the hooks are still there. You still need to hook your audience at the end of that episode so they have to go to the next. And what was so smart about Issa's show Screen Time is that not only does it look different than traditional verticals because it's shot impeccably and the shots themselves are just so beautifully done, the story, the theme, is not a romance at all. It is a suspense. Takes verticals to a whole nother level. Issa has proven that you can make a vertical in any format. Now, we've seen verticals in other formats, but they have not been this successful. I had not heard about Issa's show until earlier today when I was scrolling on YouTube and I heard Kev on stage talk about it. So I immediately went over and I watched it. You can watch this in an hour or two, but it's such an easy watch. And the last episode is brilliant. And the fact that they made the decision to release 20 some episodes and then several weeks later release more episodes, this proves that you can go out and make your own vertical. That you do not have to find a company to write verticals for. It proves that you don't have to get an agent or a manager or anyone else involved. You can write and produce and shoot your own vertical, much the same way that you could shoot a short film or fund your own feature. First things first, in the words of Issa Rae, you need to collaborate with people who are on the same level as you. Don't reach up, reach to the sides. Not a direct quote. Find people who are where you are in your career, filmmakers, actors, producers, sound people, because actors want to act, directors want to direct, want to write. Find those people, connect with them, people who are trying to go to the next level and are just as hungry as you are. Now, if you don't know where to find this community, join the Storytellers Hub. We are building a community of screenwriters and filmmakers who are hungry to learn and create the best media you have ever seen. So if you don't know how or where to network at, join the Storytellers Hub on School and connect with a screenwriter or filmmaker that you vibe with so that you can go out and create your own vertical. Now, once you have connected with people that you really vibe with, you want to make this process as simple as possible. Assess what you have, what locations, what wardrobe, what people who do hair and makeup. Don't make anything complicated. Issa Rae's screen time is so simple. The concept itself is so simple. It is shot in one location. It is modern day, and nothing about this is extraordinarily hard to execute, but it's executed brilliantly. And this is what you need to do. The simpler your story is, the easier it is going to be for you to have a very high production value. And this is what you're going to need in order to make a really good standout vertical. No expense was wasted on this project. So after you assess what you have, write a script that is tailored for exactly what you have. Your team, you have everything that you need because you have written a script tailored to what you already have. So now it's about executing it. And this is where you need to make sure that you take your time in the planning process, making sure any props that you need look the best that you have. If you're shooting in a house, that house really fits the theme that you are going for. And once you've made it, you have so many options about distributing it and making money off of that project, or at the very least, building an audience that you can then monetize. Issa has proven that TikTok is a great platform to release a vertical. And it doesn't really matter if you have a huge following or not, because if you have a good project and you do the marketing well, I promise you it's going to gain traction. But you also have YouTube. And if you release it as a YouTube short, this is another way that you can quickly monetize and or build an audience. Now, once you have made your first vertical drama and you have used that to build your audience, you no longer need these platforms like or YouTube to rely on for you to make money. I suggest you look at distributing on your own. Take a page out of Kev on Stage's playbook and create your own app. Now, that sounds like a lot, but in 2026, it is so easy to create your own app that you can monetize. You can charge for the app itself. You can take a page out of the most popular vertical platforms like Real Shorts and DramaBox and have the first episodes free, and then the rest you charge either per episode or you could charge per series. And you don't have to charge a lot. You could charge 99 cents. Now, there are also companies where you can get commercials from. So if you want to be like Real Short and DramaBox, you could just allow people to watch ads in order to watch the next episode. If you make a high quality project with great hooks, I promise you, you will be able to monetize it, whether you're using TikTok or YouTube or you're self-distributing or a mixture of both. Now, storytellers, you have the power to go out and make your own vertical and make it profitable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell and share this with a writer or a filmmaker who you want to work with and make your next vertical. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of making next. I know I have an idea for a vertical and I'm going to go start writing that